don't think I do it.
Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. Now then, people, and welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell, as my good friend Danny Rumsey says. Listen, I feel like divine interventions come into play here because I was fast asleep, right? I've got my boy again tonight because obviously I'm going on the walk, so I'm going to be away for a couple of days. So I had him tonight. I put him to bed, and like so normally I do, I fell asleep while I was putting Harry down. And then I woke up and I had like loads of notifications. Then I went on WhatsApp and everyone's saying he's gone. Ding dong, the wicked witch, witch old witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Yeah. apparently sold. Apparently Radrizzani has gone. Now, of course, it is just from message boards, okay? It is specifically from Wacko, okay? Now, of course, you've got to take every single rumor with a pinch of salt. As a content creator, sometimes you come out and you put your, you say, do you know what? I'm going to go with this. Now, we did with the Bielsa stuff. Now, the person that shared that information for me, and if you remember, you know, you take a bit of mockery, and it turned out to be true, as was reported in The Athletic just a couple of days ago about the Bielsa stuff. So the person that shares this information, who I seen on the WhatsApp first of all, and then obviously it's all over the Twitter sphere as well, has said they believe the rumors to be true. Okay, so if it is, then amazing. What I will say is, it has been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. Even the videos from myself are drying up, and I'm like, you know what? I can't just put a video out just talking about nothing, talking about nothingness. Yeah, there's got to be something worth chatting about, and it had all dried up. Do you know what I mean? It was like the Sahara Desert. It wasn't good. And then this has happened. Now, maybe no news up until this point has been good news, right? It's been very, very quiet. And, you know, I've just been chatting just offline with Andrea Russo as well, who's sort of like puts something into perspective for me as well, because he's basically said, and we know Andrea, who we've had on the channel many, many times, he's well versed with the Italian media. We know already that he keeps his ears close to the ground with that stuff, and he's basically saying, and if you put 2 and 2 together, you're going to get 4. That there are problems for Radrizzani at Sampdoria financially, because in order to register the team for next season, they need to be able to clear the creditors, right? They need to be able to clear the debt, and according to one of the big publications in Italy, they've refused their proposal up to this point. Okay, and they need to present a new one to the creditors, because up to this point, Radrizzani's been refused in trying to attempt at least to clear the debts. Obviously, he's having problems because he tried to leverage Ellen Road. He tried to leverage Ellen Road against the bank loan, right? To basically say, you know, I have got the money. I can show it you. Like, I've got it here in capital, look, Ellen Road, right? So that was obviously vetoed for whatever reason. Maybe he realized that he was unable to get it over the line. Maybe the bank turned around and says, no, we're not accepting that as collateral. Maybe, you know, when it came to the documentation, why is the light going all dodgy? It keeps like flashing blue and blue. I'm gonna have to change that up. Just 1 second. It's doing my tits in, let alone yours. It's like a rave up in this thing. Is that a bit better? I hope so. Right, okay. So obviously he's had issues with regard to getting that purchase. Well, not so much the purchase, but obviously getting the money in being able to clear them debts. Now, the whole operation of debt, according to what Andrea's shared with me, is it adds up to about 190 million. Okay. So obviously, if you sell Leeds United at 170, 180, whatever it is, that's close to that figure, right? Maybe he was hoping that he could still hold a small stake in Leeds United, or own it in its entirety, and then just get the loan based on Ellen Road and have two clubs running alongside each other, and us probably being the side chick at that point. But obviously, if he's having issues securing finances in order to clear this debt and then register Sampdoria and get them ready for the next season, maybe he has to push through this sale to get it done. And like we say, it's been very, very quiet. It's, for me as a fan, and obviously you want to know more and you want to know what's going on. The 49ers have been too quiet. They basically might as well not have existed in this last few weeks. You know, since the Premier League season finished, they might as well not have been here, right? But what you can read into this, and maybe I'm looking through it through new owner glasses, is they're a little bit more business savvy. They're not as much of a egotistical maniac as what Radrizzani is. Let's not forget, when things are going well for Radrizzani, he's out here doing athletic interviews front and centre, saying it's impossible for us to be relegated. He's putting up Jesse Marsch, who's going to say that when we're in a relegation battle, that we're going to be a Champions League club with the best academy and all this. This was all coming from that conglomerate of people at the top of the football club at the time. So maybe they're showing us this is how business is supposed to be done. You know, we're not going to come out and say too much when we're trying to get this deal over the line. Again, admittedly, I might be looking at that through rose-tinted glasses because I've had some good news. Because yesterday I was like, these are just as bad. These are just as bad. But like with anything, your football club, it makes your emotions go up and down, left and right, all over the shop, you know. And like I say, it's been very quiet on the channel and from myself, and coming a bit like, a bit down about the whole situation, saying, shit. We're going to go into next season. Like I tweeted Radrizzani today, there was like 67 days. 67 days between now. No, that's wrong. 37. Isn't it 37? 67 seems too long. Maybe it is 67. Let me just double check this. No, yeah, 37. What am I on about? 67. 37 days between now and when we play Manchester United. The first game of pre-season, you think there might be one before that, maybe local. Geisley or something like that, or York. But what I'm saying is, like 37, 35 days, 40 days, whatever it may be. See, at least 37 days. My God, it's such a quick turnaround. And you would hope by that point that Leeds United would have a new manager, would have a new director of football. Some of the players that don't want to be in next season have left, and we've got some new players in. All right. Paul Sidebottom says, bro, I'm not saying it's BS, but there is nothing at all on Sky Sports. Mate, Sky Sports haven't been the breaker of news for about 10 years. Since Twitter came into existence is what I'll say. If you want that official dotted line kind of stuff, yes, but it comes out before. And listen, I'm not for 1 second saying here that I take more validity in what someone on Wacko is saying, but what I'm saying is Sky Sports News is not the barometer of if something is true or not these days. So Andrea did go on to tell me that, you know, okay, so the tribunal for the financial stuff at Sampdoria is to be prolonged for another 120 days, which can take up till September. So the official closing for the operation might come in September. That's why I think the best solution for Radrizzani is to sell Leeds to the 49ers in order to secure the funds to complete the required passages to finalise the Sampdoria deal. So you would hope because of you know, the issues he's clearly got financially and being able to clear these debts, that maybe he's had to say, you know what, I am going to have to relinquish control. Maybe it was just posturing all along. But yeah, Sam, that's funny. It is. But right, we'll get into what's been said. Radrizzani Leeds says, Joe, talk to me, bro. I missed the start. Is he really gone, or no? Has he sold to? Good to have some good news for a change. Listen, it's not rubber stamped. What I will say this much. Right, I'll share with you the account from which it's come from. Now we do know that Reluctant Nico, who I believe works for one of the papers, unfortunately I'm blocked by him, not because of any sort of abuse, but if you ever question Reluctant Nico's validity on any transfer story, he will just block you. Which fair thanks. It's up to him, innit? It is what it is. But someone has sent me a screen grab. And apparently today there was a meeting. Okay, this was what, the 5th of June. What time? Not too long ago now, who basically says there was a meeting going on today, and there's been an option for a while, would need to see the details. So Reluctant Nico did say there had been a meeting today. Someone had already made me aware of this meeting, and that I think he'd said earlier on today. Again, I don't have sight of his tweets, but someone 9 minutes ago obviously asked him the question, and he did say, look, there's a meeting going on today, and there's been that option for a while, would need to see the details. So positives from that side of things. Then a journalist that, again, I'm not going to take massive credence in. A lot of people are retweeting it. I'll share it with you. Just bear with us 1 minute. Let me just go into this. So this is from a journalist by the name of Alfonso Licordia. Leeds fans, you have your club back. This was at 8:49. Now, obviously, you take that up as a I don't know, as a snippet or a clip, and it looks like you're taking all, I guess, putting all your eggs in this basket. Now, what I will say, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure on this guy, not least because when you click on his Twitter, it says he is providing and relying information and news mainly on Newcastle and that club there, right? So again, I'm a little bit, okay, I'm not too sure. Is he on the wind up? Have reached out to this person and dropped them a message. And I'm assuming a lot of people will have. But I don't know. The language used in it, I'm not too sure. The language used in the response, I'm not too sure. A lot of bro on that, and yeah, I'm a little bit like, no, I'm a little bit skeptical about you. But listen, it didn't come from there. It didn't come from there. The original story came from Waco, right? Yeah, this is where I am at. This is where I am at, bro. Like I say, I've not come out, and I'm not doing it on the back of this guy's information. So, you know, it is what it is. So it does look a bit dodge to me, and you can see just from the language used in the messages. To me, it's a little bit like, bro, and I'm like, okay, providing news. Yeah, I don't know about that, but that's not where it's come from. By the way, this might be a person that's seen the news and thought, you know what, I'm gonna chance my arm, because if it looks right and sounds right and you get it right, then boof, you're in. Look, we've only just to look at our man Juan Martinez. Just on this, listen, there's been nothing from the Yorkshire-based journalists for quite some time now. A lot of them are on holiday. Of course, they're entitled to holidays as well. So, and again, you know, they're not always the, although they will be when we drop down to the EFL. I thought about this the other day, because obviously I've got a lot of transfer journalist notifications on Twitter. And I thought, I was sat in the garden today and they were coming through as they do, because I like to keep up to date so that we don't miss a beat. And I thought, there's no point in me following these no more. They ain't going to be covering, they're not going to be covering Leeds United in the Championship. Do you know what I mean? It's not big news anymore, unfortunately. I've seen it, Chris. Don't worry about it. Chris says, my chips will be pissed on if this isn't real, although getting all the vibes and signs it's done. I know, right? That seems to be the general consensus with what I'm seeing as well. Yeah, look, apparently we've got a club back. Looks that way. 49ers deal is going through. Source always had confidence, even after the stadium stuff. So, you know, maybe that was just posturing. We'll have to wait and see. Let me just flip over to YouTube. Because I'll share with you the bits from Wacko that have come on as well. But I think a lot of I just wanted to say the thing about that. I'm sure about, like I say, I've had a member chat of I can't find it. It's gone too far up. I must have missed it. But let's just jump back to Twitter and we'll see what's being said. So this is where it's come from, right? Okay, so again, when you think that we're doing a video based on this, I am a little bit like, but we got to speak about it. We've got to speak about it, of course. So this is the account on Wacko that the news came from. You can just see here, though, bro. I'm not too sure on this guy's validity, but we'll move. Yeah. So this came off. It's mad. I'm going to say this. Harry Crackling, who, by all accounts, is the biggest ITK on Wacko. I don't have Wacko. I will say that. He says Rads has sold up to the 49ers. An announcement is incoming in the next 48 hours. So yeah, for those that are asking what Wacko is, it's a message board where Leeds United fans, there's loads of different things. It's, what do they call them? Like a fan. There's a name for it. Not it is a message board, but I forgot what they call them. Yeah, no, we know what Wacko is. Rad says, "What's Wacko?" We know what Wacko is. I forgot what they're called, man. There's a specific name for them. I tell you, because my mate, forum, that's it, a fans forum, that's it. My mate, Callum, big shout out, Callum, who's a Borough fan, by the way. When we used to work together at Empower, he literally used to just sit there reading fan forums all day. I know Square Ball have obviously used fan forums before in the past for content as well, which has been great. So big shout out to Square Ball lads, by the way. We are doing a charity walk for Gary Speed, which starts not tomorrow, starts Wednesday morning. We set off from Ellen Road at 5 a.m. We get a bus to Goodison Park. We then walk from Goodison Park. I always get the first location wrong. It's not Bolton. Where is the? I'm gonna have to, because it's doing me head in this. Because I did this the other day and I couldn't remember where we were going. But basically, we're walking from Goodison Park all the way to Ellen Road over 4 days. Okay, 3 nights, 4 days. I'm just gonna, so I know where I'm at, because someone was asking me on Twitter what time were you coming to Burnley. So let me find out that information now. I forget. Okay, so we'll go. Yeah, so it is Bolton. Sorry. So we go from Liverpool, Goodison Park to Bolton. Then from Bolton to Burnley, then from Burnley to Halifax, and then Halifax to Ellen Road. Okay, so that's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, return Saturday. We'll all be coming in at Ellen Road at roughly the same time, like I say. So if you are around, you see a group of madheads walking for miles, then do beepers on and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so yeah, and please do support us as well. We've raised, I think, up to this point, I'm just gonna quickly get it up again so I can have a look. Please do sponsor me as well if you haven't already. It'd be great if you could. Maybe jog through Burnley. We're staying in Burnley, bro. We're staying in Burnley. Let me just put this up because it needs a verification code in order for me to put it up. I'll just share it with you now. So this is the current fundraiser. Just to give you an idea of how far and wide this stretches. We raised £60,000 last year for Andy's Man Club, and we also raised £23,500 for the Samaritans. So you're talking, 85k there. And up to this point, I am going to put the link in the chat as well. If you could sponsor, it'd be great. There's a few people asking. We haven't even started the walk yet, and this is where we're at, just to give you a heads up. So you can see here, we're already at nearly £18,000, and we've not even started as of yet. So big shout out to all. It was great last year. It was an experience, both mentally, both physically. But for those that are asking, can you click the link from the chat that I've just put in? It'd be great if you could donate. So please do. Please do donate. It was amazing last year, and it'll be amazing this year. I'm underprepared this year. I've done no training walks or anything like that, so I am underprepared, but I've got the gear, and it's a lot of it's up here. I can't lie to you. Link works, great stuff. If you can, please do sponsor us. And like I say, if you see us, or if you're in Burnley, if you're in Bolton, or in Halifax, my hometown of Halifax, that'd be class. Or at Ellen Road, if you're around Ellen Road. Keep an eye on social media, the Square Ball account, my account, other people's accounts that are taking part as well. And you'll be able to cheer us on, because it does massive. I can't lie to you. We walked from Huddersfield to Leeds on the last day last year, walking out of Huddersfield up this long road. And there was a lot. As we got closer to Yorkshire, more people seen us beeping the horn. Someone went, "Women!" I was like, "Yeah!" But there was a couple as you walked up the road that had a Leeds United flag out, right? And they'd like stood at the edge of the garden, and they were just doing this, right, like clapping us all. Honestly, it was class. And as I walked past, I shed a tear. I shed a tear because I was a broken man. I can't lie to you. So yeah. If you can, please do support us. It'd be class. There you go, Jamie. Come down, man. Come down, Jamie Dixon. Come down. It'd be class. If you could do that, like I say, it was great. Like last year when we walked into Ellen Road. It was class. Chris Kelly on Twitter says, "Will eat my body weight in hairy crackling if this is true." I hope it is true, bro. Like we say, if the noise out there is true, then hopefully we'll see. Andrea Radrizzani has completed the sale of Leeds United according to a reliable source on Wacko. So let's watch this space on that, and hopefully in the next 24 to 48 hours we'll start to hear some things. Yeah, we'll start to hear some things. But this is how it starts, right? This is how it starts. So, like Formula Sonny says, no smoke without fire. And that's what you've got to think about. Listen, we've got nearly 1,500 people in. Did have 1,500 people in. If you can, smash a like on the video. This is the Wacko Twitter as well. Let's hope this is going to be true. Like I say, there we go. The white smoke above Ellen Road. Look, I said to you right at the start, let's hope the issues that he's got financially currently in Sampdoria, are meaning that he's having to push through this deal more so than he'd have liked to, I guess, because he's tried to leverage Ellen Road. That's not gone through. So therefore, what's the next thing? Oh, well, do you know what? I'm going to have to sell Ellen Road. I'm going to, not Ellen Road, I'm going to have to sell the football club. Ben Hudson says, just Joy's 10 out of 10. Thank you very much. Phil, Graham, Joe Donahue are all on holiday this week. News normally breaks when they are away. Yeah, that's true, Russ. That's true. It's like when you're waiting for a bus and then 2 come along at once. Do you know what my mum used to always say when we were waiting for a bus? She's got to light up a fag. When I light up a fag, a bus always comes. So yeah, that's funny. That's funny. We'll see. We'll see. Right, okay. I'm just seeing things as they come through. What's this? Because these little bits, people honestly, people are like, hang on. No, I'm just seeing all sorts coming out. Right, okay. Please smash a like on the video. Yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. Michael is walking, yes, but he's obviously got some issues with his back at the minute. But I spoke to him the other day just on WhatsApp, and he said he's good to go. So he did say even if he couldn't make it, he would John Terry it and just turn up at the finish line, which is class. Big shout out to Michael, by the way. Obviously, the Square Ball lads, and for the cause and setting this up, because it's been an amazing experience to be a part of. I need to be more included. You know, people might have like an opinion of me of maybe being proper out there, but when I'm actually in person, I don't know. Sometimes I can be a bit, I don't know. It can come across like I might look ignorant or whatever, but it's more so nervousness around a big group of people. It is what it is, you know. But yeah, big shout out to them. And Michael as well. Like the work that he does, like to put it together, like the logistics are insane. The logistics are insane. Because obviously to go from Goodison Park to Ellen Road is just not 92 miles. It's not 92 miles. So he has to create a route so that we hit 92 miles. He then had to arrange all the hotels, all this sort of stuff. I think he's had help this time because obviously it's the second year doing it. But yeah, insane dedication from the Square Ball lads and him specifically. I'm not like trying to say it, but I know how much work he's put into it. So big shout out to Michael as well, because it's a great experience. So yeah. Someone's saying, yeah, we should wait for you. Yeah, of course we should. Of course we need to wait for the rubber stamp. Of course we need to wait from the rubber stamp, folks. But you know, there's no point having a channel like this if we're not gonna chat about it. Yeah, David. Yeah, it's for Andy's man club only. Yeah, I got it wrong last time, didn't I? For those that are asking what time, like roughly, will be at Ellen Road, I'll let you know now. Just give us a sec, because there's a little oh no, I don't want to do that. Where do I get that link tree stuff now? One sec. Sorry, this doesn't make for great viewing, does it? I'm looking for the link tree stuff. I found it the other day. View community. Announcements. Where's that link tree stuff? Sorry, this doesn't make. I'm trying to find, because I can give you a sort of idea of the times. Just bear with us 1 minute. Is that it? I think this is it. Wait there. Right, okay. That's what time we're setting off each day. Hotels, end of walk. I'm trying to find. Yeah. Sorry about this. I can't find the link. Because it actually tells us what sort of times we'll be landing, you see. What's this? Where's that link tree stuff, man? No, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I will find. Yes, Damar, that's right. About between 4 No, 5 and 6, I think. Between 5 and 6. I'm not sure. So, Ian, are you one of the walkers, Ian? Are you one of the walkers, Ian? My apologies if he may be some watch. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's around that time. I can't find the link tree. But if you follow us on social media, last year my phone broke on like day 2, which killed me off. And sure, hopefully it'll stay. Hopefully it'll stay. So yeah. Right. Okay. So that's the latest on the Radrizzani stuff. Hopefully it all turns out to be true. Let's wait and see. Right. Let's wait and see. We'll Oh, there you go then. Ian, big up to you, Ian. We've probably chatted. And I'm sorry for not remembering your name, bro. But yeah, Ian's going. So there you go. Big up to Ian. Dale Bardley says, Joe, please don't tell me you've loaded yourself to clickbait headlines to Joe. Listen, if you can't beat him, you've got to join him, Dale. I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't entice you in, but, you know, it is what it is. What do you want me to do? And if, yeah, it is what it is. That's the game. That's the name of the game. Sometimes you've got to do it, because for you regular viewers, I don't need to, but those that might just be passive might go, oh, like if I look at my most watched videos are always what he must go now. Time to go tonight. That was the Jesse one after Forest, and then the Radrizzani one the other day after him leveraging Ellen Road. He must go tonight, or it's got to go now, and that's got the most views because people who don't regularly watch the channel will see that title and go, I'll have a go. It's got to be done, unfortunately. I know it's not great. But it is what it is. Right, listen, while we're here as well, there has been a load of news-related stories over the last 24, 48 hours. We'll have a quick scan over them while we're at it. Apparently, Barcelona are on the hunt for Marc Roca. I believe it when I see it. I don't know why they would move for Marc Roca. I understand the Real Betis stuff. But as for Marc Roca, I'm not sure. Apparently, a low-cost alternative to replace Sergio Busquets. There's all this chat about Messi as well. That's not going to happen. They just don't have the facilities for it. They do not have the facilities or finances to be able to make that deal happen. So they could be looking for a lower-cost budget type of player. But for me, Marc Roca will not be joining Barcelona. I cannot see that by any stretch of the imagination. This has come out as well over the last couple of hours that apparently, and this is from the Mail, I've been tweeted by a few Forest fans, to be fair, to say that Nottingham Forest are considering a surprise move to sign Leeds United midfielder Tyler Adams, with the player's agent said to have met numerous clubs last week before securing a summer transfer. Now, do I believe that Tyler Adams' agent will be speaking to club? Yes. Do I believe he would be up for joining Nottingham Forest? No. And this isn't me by any stretch of the imagination trying to downplay Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest are a massive club. Yeah. They are a massive club. 2 European Cups tells you that. Great history, great fans. This isn't me hammering them by any stretch of the imagination and saying, oh, why would he move to Forest, etc. But Tyler Adams to Leeds only happened because he'd come out of the Leipzig side, had a few issues, hadn't played regularly of late, and therefore sometimes players slip through the net. Okay, Leeds United bring him to the Premier League. He has a great season, probably the only successful signing. He then has a higher level of club after him. Nottingham Forest, I would count in the same as us. If they'd have managed to pull it off when getting him from Leipzig, fair enough. But now Leeds United, now for me, Tyler Adams, if he is going to leave Leeds, he moves to that next rung on the ladder, for me personally. Kev says there, look, I'd take Adams every day of the week. Kev's a Liverpool fan. Big shout out my man Dora on tour. Again, this isn't any disrespect towards Forest. Forest fans, if they did manage to sign Adams, what a player. Yeah, what a player. Apparently he has a release clause, for 30 million. I'm not too sure because I told there was release clauses on some and then we're told not on others. And now everybody's got a bloody release clause. But it could well be agents doing this, agents drip feeding this stuff to make other clubs aware that they are available in the market. putting him out there, even if there isn't a release clause. But Leeds United might have had a conversation with an agent to say, yeah, we'd accept it for 30 million. We'd take 30 million for him. It's still an increase on what we paid. They can then start to put that out there, right? But yeah, if Adams moves on, which I hope he doesn't, but I think he will, because ultimately he's the USA men's national team captain. Is he going to stick around in the championship? I'd say not. Okay, which disappoints me because he's an amazing player, an amazing guy, and you would hope would be your captain. I mean, my preferred choice now going into next season is Creswell. I don't care, give it him, but I understand why most would opt for Adams. I think we might see a situation where we have a club captain and then one that's on the pitch, a bit like when Gary Monk was in. If you remember, we used to have Bartley and Janssen, but also when Cooper was used, he was captain whenever he was on the pitch. I think we might see a similar sort of situation. Cooper and Co will stick around for next season. And that's okay because we need them folks going into the championship season. Not as starters, I will say, but we need a bit of quality in there. Josh G says Casemiro is much better than Adams yet. I don't know anyone who's saying that. If someone's saying that Adams is better than Casemiro, he's good, but he's not that good. Let's not go crazy here. But yeah, Nottingham Forest, if they were to get him, be a great acquisition. Do I think he will move there? No, I don't. Now, one player that's probably certain to leave, which again is disappointing for me, is Sinisterra. Now, I don't say that it's disappointing because I think he's going to stay. I'm under no illusions that Luis Sinisterra will be moving on this summer. What a player, by the way. What a player. For me, he could have been that Rafinha if it weren't for injuries. He's that good. Whenever he played, he was clinical. He had that, just that extra bit of sauce that, unfortunately for Leeds United, we never got to see it because he was always injured. Now, Leeds could look to loan him out. By a Leverkusen with a view to, maybe increasing his transfer value or maybe even having him back at the football club if we were to get promoted at the first time of asking. But look, this is a guy that went all the way to the Europa Conference League final. Was it under Feyenoord or was it Europa? No, it was Conference League. They won it. And he was a starter in that side under Arne Slot, of course. So naturally, regardless of him having injuries this season, clubs will definitely be circling for Sinisterra. So he could be on his way out on a big wage as well. If we can get a permanent, I mean, I'd like him to loan. So that if we did come up, we could try and get him back. Because I think he's a fantastic player. But naturally, clubs across Europe we'll be looking at it. Now it's comedy hour, by the way. And I'm really excited for this. Sean says, before we move on, he says, you can't say we're the same level as Forest as it stands. Yeah, well, all right. Well, that's boring, isn't it? You know what I meant. Right, okay. This is comedy hour because Ange Postecoglou is moving to Spurs and the man to replace him, according to reports, is one Jesse Marsch. Jesse Marsch is up there with candidates to replace Ange Postecoglou at Celtic. I pray for you, Celtic fans. I pray for you. This is bad. Stay away from this man. Do you know, for me, it's good. It's good because I'll tell you, I'll be shameless. I will do Celtic watch-alongs if Jesse Marsch goes there. It'll be Jesse along. Just like when Bielsa starts playing Uruguay, I'll be doing that. As well. Rodgers as well, by the way. Rodgers is also in the hunt for the return back to Celtic. But again, I don't think he does that. Yeah, I don't think he comes to the Championship, by the way. Maybe the 49ers could sell him a dream. And if this has gone through, they want an upper echelon of manager. But yeah, I'll be shameless with it. I'll be watching Celtic religiously to see the end of Jesse Marsch. But yeah, apparently This is according to Sky Sports as well. That person who said it's not on Sky Sports, who claim that Marsch is now in the frame to become Celtic boss. Listen, Marsch wants a job in Europe. That goes without saying, because my man's not. I think he's still in York or in and around there, Harrogate probably, somewhere like that, right? So he's sticking around. He's had the Southampton job. He's had the Leicester job. For whatever reason, they didn't come off. He's been linked with the Monaco job, and now he's favourite for the Celtic job. I don't get it. I don't get it. Postecoglou has left now. He's gone to Spurs. A lot of Leeds fans would have liked him at some point, just like the Arne Slot stuff. Listen, there's a lot of Spurs fans like throwing shade on that before he's even had a chance, and I think it's unfair, and I hope he does well. I hope he does well, because I've seen some of the interviews of late, like he got a load of stick when he initially came to Celtic from over in the J League. Obviously, he was manager at Australia for a while and then went to the J League. But, you know, this notion that you can't come from obscurity, in a sense, in the J League to go on to be a success is just codswallop. And Spurs need to recognise where they're at. I'm actually going to enjoy the Big Six after this, because I remember Tobes, big shout out Tobes, was like dead against this, and then Huey was like, no, Ange Postecoglou, top manager. Huey's Irish, maybe because I know the Irish and the Scottish, they have like an English club and sometimes stand on either Rangers or Celtic side. I don't know the political stuff behind it, but yeah. So he may well have more eyes on Celtic and watch them more regularly. But listen, Ange Postecoglou has just won a treble. Yes, you know, there's too much disrespect for Scottish football as well, by the way. It is what it is. But I'll be watching Tobes' reaction to this news, because Spurs fans, it's funny, right? Because they've gone from Julian Nagelsmann, yeah, names like this, Luis Enrique, obviously they just had Conte, and I can understand why they're upset, but it is what it is. He's obviously, he deserves the opportunity. He deserves the opportunity, and Rodgers didn't do bad after leaving Celtic, did he? So I think he'll do well. I think he'll do well. And listen, if it means that Jesse Marsch is going to return and go to a massive club like Celtic and deal with that pressure, then I'm all for it. Because if he can't win a title in Scotland, yeah, then he's done. Then he's done. Do you remember that meme? When they're carrying the coffin. That's what'll be happening. Oh, man. Funny. Listen, nearly 1,500 people in the chat. Please smash a like on the video. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, and that there hasn't been much to go on. But tonight we had some news on the message boards that apparently Radrizzani is on his way. But good luck in your dream job tomorrow, Cameron Sweeney. Good luck, lad. Right, let's get to some more news after the fun was the announcement that Jesse could be on his way to Celtic. This one concerning one Diego Llorente. So he's posted on Instagram. Obviously, he joined Roma. Roma do want him, but don't want to pay the massive figure that they'd agreed us for. He's posted on, great team show character in challenging times. Failing down, getting up. This is football. We ended with an important victory in front of our fans. Now time to rest. Look forward. The best is yet to come. It's almost saying, like, I'm going to be here to stay, isn't it? He probably knows behind the scenes that a deal will be brokered with Leeds United at a cut-down price. And we're going to have to accept that cut-down price because, unfortunately, we're not a Premier League club anymore. So we'll have to wait and see. Do you know what? With hindsight, looking back how we ended the season, we probably could have done with Click. We probably could have done with Llorente, but we just went on a dime with Jesse and backed him massively. Click's in Harrogate, by the way. I'm convinced Click finishes his 200 appearances. I think we'll see Click in some capacity at Ellen Road this season. I remember when Landon Donovan used to always move on loan to Everton, etc. I think we'll see something similar with Matthias Click, and I'm all for that because he's a top player. He'll rip it up in the Championship again, and he cares about this football club more so than most. So yeah, I think we'll get him, and I think, you know, he's not left Yorkshire, man. He's playing over he's at Washington, and maybe he could help us get Lewis O'Brien over the line from Forest, for example. If Tyler Adams is serious about going to Forest, I'd want some money and also get Lewis O'Brien in there as well. Listen, apparently, and I'm okay with this news. I think he might do well in the Championship. Rasmus Christensen has told Angus Kinnear that he's happy to stay. Remember, Leeds that tweeted out that Angus Kinnear had put the message out to the players: if you want to be here, let me know. If not, I'll try and sort you a move elsewhere. And Rasmus Christensen has apparently told Leeds United and Angus that I want to be here. So yeah, I'm okay with that. I think in the Championship, he'll do well. I think in the Championship he'll do well, and may help him adjust to English football, and therefore when we come to the Premier League after a season, yeah, then I think we're good. Jimmy says, haha, click in 2023. Honestly, this club deserves the champion. Well, what I would say to you, Jimmy, you don't know a baller when you see one, because Click is still a baller. So, I'm assuming you're one of them that thinks it's Football Manager that you can just sell all the club in one window and buy all brand new and all that sort of stuff. It's not realistic, mate. And Mateus Click in 2023 still rips it up in the Championship, even as a bit part player on loan. So if you're not for that life, you're not for that life. It is totally fine, mate. I think it's disrespectful to what is one of our top players. Right, okay, let's get back to some more articles. As I say, we've just been watching them come in. Let me just have a quick look on Twitter sphere while that the news is coming out about. See if we've seen anything else. No, doesn't seem to be as of yet. Right, let's get to some more stories. That's a duplicate. That's the Rocker to Barcelona. Right, someone tag me in this on Twitter as well. Clicks at DC United. Yeah, I know. Washington, right? But yeah, we move. Right, let's go to this story here. So this guy's spent time on loan at Cardiff. Sorry, Kaba. Okay. Apparently, we've been scouting Cardiff City's on loan forward, Sorry Kaba, ahead of the summer transfer window. Okay. He's 28-year-old, entering into his prime years, Guinea international. And apparently we're keeping tabs on him. I believe it's my favourite club, folks. He does, or is owned by FC Midgetland. And he's only got 1 year left on his current deal, which makes him an attractive option due to a knockdown price. Now, he got 8 goals last season in the Championship, so you could say on the face of it, doesn't really set it alight, but he only played 17 times. And obviously Cardiff at one point looked like they might get relegated. I think Cardiff had 3 managers. I think Cardiff had 3 managers last season, started with Steve Morrison and then had 2 more after that. So it's one to keep an eye on. But for me, I don't want to go on risks. I want a proven. I agree with Jamie. Here. Let me just get on this. Yeah. I want proven now. We've done it the Victor Orta way. We've had some success out of it. A lot of, not success. I was trying to think of the opposite of success then, and I forgot unsuccessfulness. But yeah, listen, I'm sorry, Kaba, if you're going to come in and sit on the bench and fill out the squad, fair enough. But I don't want Sorry Kaba, no matter what we pay for him, to be the main striker next season. Another manager name to throw into the hat, which again, look, we're only chatting about this news because, like I say, we'll just round it all off. But Felipe Clement, who's just been sacked by Monaco, Leeds United were interested in him in the past, but obviously Victor Orta no longer around. I don't see that one happening, but it's another name to throw in there. It is going to be interesting to see if this takeover happens, which direction we go. Because from what I've heard and what I believe, who's Zach? What's Zach saying? What's he saying here? I didn't even mean to put that on. Where's Zach? Oh, okay. Zach, keep your chin up, mate. Talk to people. Definitely. Talk to those around you. It's okay to talk, as the slogan says on Andy's Man Club. You know, if you ever need to reach out to someone, you know, my DMs are open. People will tell you that. Always here for a chat. But the important thing is speaking out first of all. Obviously, go to your doctors as well. You know, because they can help. As well, I'm not going to sit here and profess. Listen, I have my own struggles. It is what it is. Sometimes I don't want to leave the house. Other times I do. You know, you might not think that. I haven't seen me on YouTube, but these things are real. So you know, there's a lot of people out there that can help, mate. So you know, do speak to people, right? Yeah, exercise important, all these sort of things. But I think the first thing you must do is open up your mouth. Open up your mouth and talk to people around you, because that's what not enough people do, right? If we look at Gary Speed, for example, Gary Speed on the morning when he decided to take his life was on Football Focus, laughing and joking with what's his name, Dan Walker and stuff. No one had a clue. No one had a clue. So yeah, I think the important thing is to reach out and speak first of all. So yeah, and thank you whoever brought that up, because I was like, what do you mean, Zach? What Zach said? So we found it. So yeah, big up to you, Zach. Big up to you. Now, as I say, just keep an eye on the socials as well. We was doing the club, the Andy's Man Club, and the walk for charity and stuff. It's all good. Let me just have a look. This is one story I wanted us to finish with, and a positive story as well, because we know Leeds United are on the hunt for a left back. So we'll talk about that left back. It is Swansea left back Ryan Manning. Andrew Oldfield with the super chat says, big thank you, Joe, for keeping us in the loop. All Leeds are waiting. Mate, it was gone so quiet, bro. And I was conscious in my mind. I'm thinking, well, I've got that walk. So on Saturday, by the way, I will be doing the Champions League final. Yeah, I was like, oh no, man, it's not really anything. And I don't just want to sit here and talk about nothing. You know, I had all these stories lined up, but again, it's all a bit hit and missy at the minute, because we don't even know who's owning the football club, etc. So we need to wait for that to go through. But then we've heard that takeover news, so we'll wait and see. Daniel Pollard says, according to Juan Martinez on Twitter, Leeds has been sold to the 49ers for 180 million. Daniel, if you don't know, you need to know. But Juan Martinez, yeah, we'll hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's good. Right, okay, last story then. We're gonna talk to someone. Right, okay. We're gonna talk about Ryan Manning. Okay, so this is a left back Leeds United. It seems have been tracking. Obviously, he's available on a 3. He had 15 goal involvements for Swansea City last season. And he is going to be leaving Swansea in the summer. Obviously, Leeds United haven't had a left back or a decent left back for quite some time now. We let Leif Davies go. We had Junior Firpo, who is moonlighting as a left back, because he's not a left back. I don't even know if he's a footballer at this point. But for me, I would move Junior Firpo on. But it's now been reported in Swansea as well. It's now been reported in Swansea's local press that apparently Ryan Manning is eager to pursue a move to Leeds United this summer. Okay. So it's not just from like the normal, I guess, like your clickbaity stuff, your sites, the internet, if you like. It's also been reported in Swansea now, the Swansea Independent, that he's happy or at least on board with potentially a move to Leeds United. So that would be a really good signing if indeed we could get Ryan Manning over the line. The fact that he's free as well, that's a massive feather in the cap. The other striker that we've just mentioned, who spent time on loan at Cardiff as well, you're left on a deal. If you can get him cheap, and you can get him, you know, in the squad, if you like, because that's one thing Leeds United need. We need a bigger squad. We need a bigger squad. Remember when you were told it was all Bielsa's fault? At least with Bielsa in his small squad, he had us playing liquid football, you know what I mean, and winning games of bloody football. But yeah, look, we need a left back. He got the Swansea Player of the Season award, got 5 goals and 10 assists in a team in the Championship that finished mid-table. So imagine his qualities in a better team. Imagine Ryan Manning and Cody Drama as your fullbacks in the Championship. Leeds United will get goals from fullback, will get assists from fullback. Cody Drama one side, Ryan Manning the other. And guess what? You don't even have to pay for that. You don't even have to pay for it, because Leeds United already have Cody Drama, and if we can convince him, the 49ers come in, they get a huge coach like Brendan Rodgers. I don't think it will happen, but if they did get a huge coach like Brendan Rodgers, Cody Drama might just stick around. Players like that who could maybe move to Luton, who could maybe move to Burnley, might look at Leeds United and say, you know what? All I need is one more season in the Championship and I'll be all right. You then add Ryan Manning on the other side, it'll look very, very nice. It'll look very, very nice. So hopefully Ryan Manning can be done on a free, and we can convince Cody to stay, because then with Creswell and Voba, that's a nice back four for the Championship. Go out and get number 1. I'd be happy with Rob Les staying for sure. I'd just worry if he did get a knock, because Christopher Claessen's not the one. I think we need a whole new midfield. Obviously, if you can keep Nonto and Somerville again, that's going to cook in the Championship, and then you need a new number 9, because Rodrigo will move on. Just being called back up to the Spain squad. He's not staying in the Championship at Leeds. Bamford will stick around, but he can't be starting next season for Leeds in the Championship. Joel Pirro, someone of that ilk, Victor Gyökeres. You know, I think we do have the makings of a good squad, but we just need this whole ownership sorted, and hopefully the rumours are true. Radrizzani has now left, or has agreed sale to the 49ers. They're crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and hopefully over the next 48 hours we'll hear something. I don't go on the walk till Wednesday morning. I'm leaving here at about bloody 2:30 to get down to Ellen Road. So we'll wait and see all these. And we apparently Rangers and Leeds are going to have a pre-season friendly. That'll be decent as well. Christopher Junction says, let's all pray we get Rodgers or Potter rods out. Yeah, I don't think we'll get Potter. Although apparently he did speak to Leicester but has rejected them. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, hopefully some news will come tomorrow. Like I say, I'm not working tomorrow. I managed to get it off so I could get myself ready for the walk, and then I'll be having an early night with me setting off early doors. So hopefully there'll be some more news and some more meat on the bones, because the pens of the journalists, the likes of Graham Smith, you know, Phil Hay, all these that are on holiday will have seen this news and will be asking questions. There's no rest for the wicked and all that jazz. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to this channel, get your comments in, and of course hit that notification bell. And I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow with some more meat on the board, some more meat and tatties on the ownership at Leeds United. Peace out, folks, and don't forget to please support us on the Gary Speed Walk, which is the link is in the description. It's okay to